Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Bobbie and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot. And today I really want to do a deep dive on Pete Hegseth. And not just specifically like, is he going to get the nomination? But what I really, more than that, we'll see if we see that or not. But more than that, what I really want to see with Pete Hegseth is, what does his life look like for the next 4 years? Because that's going to tell us a lot, I think. But I'm just really curious, of him as a person, right? Because I didn't watch the entire confirmation hearing because I could not. It just meh. But I watched a lot of the clips, and I just think, what a sad human. Like like all of the things that he's been accused of doing in his life, if even a fraction of them are true, dude, what happened to that guy? Like, did his brain break? And I worry a lot about like our soldiers that go into combat. I had a friend who was a combat vet, and he shared with me a story of when he got out of the military. For 4 years, he was homeless and he slept out in the desert in his truck. And for him, he preferred that because that was what he was comfortable with. That's what he was used to, because that had been what life was like in Afghanistan. And he felt more comfortable in that element than he did, in a traditional element. And that just breaks my heart to hear that. And I'm thinking that Pete Hegseth is one of those people, maybe. I don't know. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. Make sure it's from a reputable, non-biased source, which is hard to find. So, look up a couple different sources. Do your own research, make your own opinions, and be kind to one another in the comments. Now, we don't have to be kind to Pete Hegseth in the comments, but we're going to be kind to one another, okay? I've had some Trumpers come in lately, and they're like, you guys are so mean. You say to be kind, but you guys are mean. And it's like, no, don't be mean to one another. Pete Hegseth has chosen to put himself out there publicly, so this is the consequence of those actions. Okay, you guys. Also, I wanted to let you know, I'm going to be doing an extended version of this reading, and it will be available to my members. So if you're interested in joining the channel, it's 99 cents a month. It's a great way to support the channel, but also give you access to exclusive content like the extended reading that we're going to do today. All right, so we're going to start off, or for this part of the reading that we're going to do here, we're going to do an Astro House Tarot reading, okay? So I want to do one more shuffle. I feel like I need to do one more shuffle. So this is going to look at very comprehensive aspects of Pete Hegseth's life. And the focus is specifically the next 4 years, 2025 to 2029. So the first card we have is General Energy. This is the general energy of the next 4 years, okay? And the card that we have is the King of Wands. And this is a really, really interesting card, you guys, because this card is all about leadership. It's all about being a natural born leader. It's about, I really feel like this is about someone who would be a military leader. I mean, I feel like that's the energy. The other interesting thing about the King of Wands is that this is a very career-focused king. So I am really feeling like this is overcoming challenges. I'm really feeling like he might get the nomination, or he might get the nomination, yeah, for Secretary of Defense, which, wow, that's terrifying. Okay. All right, you guys. Oh, someone asked me once, um, how I don't, or people talk about bias, right? And personal opinions. People accuse me of being biased. People talk about all kinds of stuff. Okay, so let's talk about that really quickly because I think this reading is going to go a certain direction. Um, so everyone has bias. A bias is something that's oftentimes unconscious, is something that you can't control. Okay, so biases are there, but it's being able to identify that you have that bias and not let that impact what you're doing. In this case, interpreting the tarot cards. So for me, you're going to hear my snarky comments, but I'm going to tell you exactly what the cards say, whether I like that or not. Okay. So this is a very good example of, whether I'm giving it to you straight or bending it to my opinion. You're going to hear me give it to you straight in this reading. Okay. So let's jump back in. So I am very much feeling like he is going to get the Secretary of Defense position. Okay. So the first house that we're going into, this is the present self. This is how he sees himself. This is the self that he's projecting out towards other people. This is physical appearance. And what we have is the Page of Swords reversed. This is a card that's all about deception. So who he is and what he presents are two very different things. He is deceiving people with his appearance. He is incredibly manipulative when it comes to being able to construct an outside image that projects something that's not actually inside. This is very much like the card of someone who is very persuasive, like salesman, like Fox News host. I mean, that's really like, that is where he should have stayed because that is his niche. That's his calling. That's his energy. Okay. The next house, the second house, is the house of resources. So this is going to be possessions, material items, money stuff, money, based things. Money matters. And we have the High Priestess reversed for Pete. This is all about deception. This is deceiving. This is, again, it's duplicity. It's manipulation. And something very interesting about this card, and I'm not going to go into the explaining this card again. I explain this card in a lot of my readings, so I'm not going to make everyone sit through that again. But this card is a highly symbolic card when it comes to religions, faiths, because a lot of faiths are represented on this card. And this is like being deceptive, using faith, being deceptive about his faith. So he's going to hide behind, and we saw it at the confirmation hearings, but it's going to continue for the next 4 years. He's going to hide behind his faith. That's going to be like his shield. So no matter what he's accused of doing, it's always going to be, well, I am redeemed by Jesus Christ, or, however it goes. And we're just going to see a ton of it over the next 4 years. The next card, the third house, this is the house of communication. And this is so interesting because, so the death card does not mean a literal death, right? We talk about that a lot. The death card is the ending of a cycle and a rebirth. But we also have to look at the symbolism in the card. And in this situation, this death card, I think it's actually really appropriate to represent death a little bit. And the reason I say that is because, so in the house of communication, we hear Hegseth talk a lot about his military experience and the traumas of, what soldiers go through. And I think that's here's my opinion. I think that's a big reason why he allegedly is an alcoholic and drinks a lot. But I feel like the things he's going to talk about are going to be centered around the battles and the death he has seen. Now, he might not say the word death, but he's going to refer to those battles where or those situations where there was a lot of death. And that's going to be the center of what he's able to communicate. And everything he does is going to be based, like all of his communication, everything that he puts out, as if he is Secretary of Defense. If he's not Secretary of Defense, then this would be him probably going right back into like Fox News or something, and then this would be him talking, and the focus of what he would talk about would always center around this. But if he is the Secretary of Defense, this will be something where every decision he makes will be based on his past trauma that he's experienced. Pete Hegseth has a lot of demons that he has not dealt with. And until he deals with them, they will haunt him every day of his life. And I feel like those things are what's going to come through in his communication. And that's what we're going to see for the next 4 years. I think he's going to also bring death in the things that he orders. You know, he's going to be the Secretary of Defense, so he's going to be able to communicate and give orders for military actions that are going to lead to death. That's disturbing. Okay. The 4th house, this is the house of the family and the home. And he has the Strength card, and this is very interesting. I would have never, ever anticipated this would be the card that he gets. So again, here's where I can put my bias aside and give it to you straight. He is going to experience strength and support in his family and his home life. I'm wondering if his family is going to really rally behind him, trying to help him be as stable as possible in the next 4 years. So I do see the support of his family becoming stronger. The bonds of his family are going to be strengthened, and strengthened in a positive way, in a gentle way, not a forceful way, but a very gentle way. So I'm not sure what that's about, but I do see a softening maybe of Hegseth over the next 4 years when it comes to his family. The 5th house is the house of pleasure. This is the house that is your creative energy. So like if this was a chakra, it would be the sacral chakra. And Pete has the 2 of Wands reversed. So I think he is completely out of alignment with experiencing any kind of pleasure. I think his pleasure are things that are detrimental to him. And he is unable to find pleasure in things that would better him. So like satisfaction in your job, happiness in your, in your relationship, fulfillment in yourself, developing self-love, all of that stuff, right? He's so far from that. Where he gets his is like substances, women, high risk activities, really high risk activities, reckless behavior. And that's going to continue for the next 4 years. Okay, the 6th house is the house of health. This is either physical health or this is your occupation, your job, okay? And Pete has the Knight of Wands reversed. So I feel like this is going to hit him in 2 ways. I feel like for his health, he is going to continue to be high stressed, angry, and that's going to impact his health in regards to his physical health and the activities that he participates in that affect his health. For occupation, I feel like everything he's going to do with anger. He's angry. He has an axe to grind. So everything that he puts out professionally is going to be about his anger. But the good thing about this is that this card also talks about things being delayed, like a frustration over like delays that keep happening. So there is some uh, good, in that he's not going to be able to execute every single thing he wants to do in the next 4 years, because some of the things that he wants, there's going to be delays. It's not going to come to fruition immediately. The seventh house is the house of partnerships, love, romance. And he is over it. He's not satisfied. It's not that he's over it. He is so not satisfied and so bored. And I don't know that he's ever going to, well, we're looking at the next 4 years. I shouldn't say ever. So within this next 4 years, he is not going to find fulfillment in his romantic partnerships and relationships. That is just, it's not in the cards for him. Get it? Okay, you guys, sorry. The next house is the eighth house. This is changes that are coming. He's going to be really disappointed about some changes that happen in the next 4 years. And I feel like he is going to walk away from something in the next 4 years. He's going to completely abandon something. I don't know what that is, because this card doesn't give me, it's something he's going to abandon, something that's going to be that's going to come with high emotions, a lot of reaction to whatever it is that he's abandoning. Next, we have the ninth house. Now, the ninth house is the house of like personal philosophy, knowledge, spirituality. And he has the world. He's going to accomplish something in the next 4 years that to him is going to be like the completion. Like, I have achieved everything I could possibly want to achieve. Everything within him, his entire internal, like, moral compass is pointing towards this thing, that if he can just attain this thing, then he will have like made it. And I feel like whatever that thing is, he is going to accomplish it in the next 4 years. Next, we have the 10th house. And the 10th house is all about the house of social status, career, his ambitions. And it's very interesting because you got the 10 of Pentacles. And this is wealth. This is financial abundance. This is doing well. And this is like doing well and doing well for a family or like a group of people, benefiting your group of people, like your family. Okay. So that's the energy that we have. I do think that he's going to have some success over the next 4 years, and it's going to be financial. It's going to bring financial success. The next card we have is the house of friendships, allies, community. And he's going to make a lot of connections over the next 4 years. He's going to get involved in a lot of new opportunities, new projects. He's going to be handed a lot of opportunity and a lot of power. And it's a lot of opportunity for growth, and it's an opportunity to do good, but it's also an opportunity to do bad. So we will see over the next 4 years how Hegseth chooses to wield this magic wand, or this big stick he's been given, this opportunity. And the 12th house, the final house, is the house of, this can be challenges, losses. This is the card of cooperation, working together. So he's going to lose the people that were cooperating with him, his cooperation, the people that were like on his team. That is something he is going to lose in the next 4 years. And that's a pretty substantial loss. So it definitely looks like it's going to be quite the next 4 years for Hegseth. It looks like he's going to have some definite highs, and he's going to have some definite lows. He's going to have success. He's going to have some success, but he's also going to lose a lot. He's going to not be fulfilled emotionally. He's going to battle with his demons, and he's going to lose the cooperation of the people who supported him. I would love to know what you guys think of this reading. It's very interesting. Please leave your comments down below. Also, if you have not already hit the like button or the thumbs up button, if you don't mind doing that, it helps out my channel a ton. If you are interested in knowing what decks I use, I have a link in the description box down below where you can go to my website, and I have all of the decks linked, and you just click on it and it'll take you right to where you can buy them. Also on my website, if you're ever interested in booking your own reading with me, you can do that on my website. And if you are interested in watching the extended version of this reading, please don't forget you can click that little join button in the description box of this video to get access to the extended reading and a bunch of other really great stuff. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Please don't forget on your way out to subscribe. You can just click that little circle right there. Boop, boop. See you guys in my next video. Bye.